Little People Big World bans Chris Marek forever, Chris arrested, Amy loses everything. Hello friends, I am Monica. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Little People Big World fans woke up to shocking headlines. Chris Marek, Amy Roloff's husband, banned from Roloff Farms, allegedly arrested, and Amy herself facing devastating personal and financial losses. What began as a fairy tale romance between Amy and Chris has spiraled into one of the most explosive scandals in the show's long history. Sources close to the Roloff family claim that tensions between Chris, Matt and Amy reached a boiling point after months of feuding, property disputes and emotional betrayals. And now, fans are asking the question that TLC refuses to answer. Chris Marek's time in the Roloff world come to an end forever. Amy Roloff's journey from heartbreak to happiness had inspired millions. After her painful divorce from Matt Roloff, she found comfort in real estate agent Chris Marek, a man who appeared patient, kind and ready to give her the life she always dreamed of. Their relationship bloomed on camera. From motorcycle rides to romantic picnics, Amy's fans celebrated her second chance at love. When they got engaged in 2019, it seemed like the perfect fresh start after years of emotional turmoil. But behind the TLC cameras, whispers began to spread. Insiders claimed that Chris and Matt never truly got along, and the tension around Roloff Farms, the family's centerpiece, only grew worse. Amy had sold her portion of the farm to Matt years ago, a decision she later said still stung. According to crew members, the wedding preparations between Amy and Chris in 2021 revealed the first cracks in their relationship. Chris wanted control, one insider told Reality Buzz Weekly. Amy was emotional and Matt tried to stay out of it, but things were already off balance. Fast forward to the present. Shocking reports claim that Chris Marek was taken into custody after an alleged altercation involving property access at Roloff Farms. Though official details remain scarce, fans flooded social media with speculation. I can't believe this. Chris always seemed so calm. What happened between him and Matt must have been serious. According to early reports, the incident unfolded when Chris allegedly entered restricted areas of the farm without permission, sparking an argument with a staff member. Things escalated quickly and authorities were called. While the alleged arrest remains under investigation, witnesses described a chaotic scene: flashing lights, heated shouting, and an emotional Amy arriving at the scene in tears. TLC reportedly halted filming immediately, forcing producers to decide whether to suspend or terminate Chris from the show altogether. For many fans, this was the moment that symbolized the end of an era. In the days following the incident, TLC remained silent. But insiders told The Sun Online that network executives were furious about the situation and concerned about how the controversy could tarnish the Little People Big World brand. TLC doesn't tolerate off-camera legal issues that bring negative press. They had to make a tough call, and that meant banning Chris from future filming. The so-called TLC sent shockwaves through the fandom. Chris, once beloved as Amy's supportive partner, was reportedly cut from production schedules. His name was quietly removed from future episode outlines, and his appearances were scrubbed from promotional materials. Is Chris banned for real? Or is this TLC's way of saving face for Amy? This wasn't just a personal betrayal, it was a complete unraveling. Not only did she lose her husband's public image, but she also reportedly faced canceled events, brand partnerships and fan backlash. Amy, who had built her small business, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, on her wholesome, family-oriented image, began losing sponsorship deals. Several brands reportedly paused collaborations, waiting for clarity about Chris's situation. Amy's devastated. She's always tried to her personal life clean, but now everything she's worked for is at risk. The farm, the show, her reputation, it's all crumbling. Fans noticed Amy growing distant on social media. Her usual cheerful posts about baking and family gatherings became rare, replaced by cryptic messages about "sometimes, you just need to step back to protect your peace," Amy wrote in one now-deleted Instagram story. Amy the Chaos. Matt Roloff, Amy's ex-husband, reportedly stepped in to stabilize the situation. Though he and Amy have had a rocky past, sources claim Matt offered to help with legal advice and business management while TLC sorted out the scandal. However, others believe Matt's motives weren't entirely pure. Rumors swirled that he saw the crisis as a chance to regain control of the Roloff brand and reshape the family's narrative. Matt has always been protective of the farm's image. He didn't want this scandal to damage what he's built. Helping Amy might have been strategic. This sparked even more division among fans. Some praised Matt for being the bigger person, while others accused him of exploiting Amy's vulnerability. Within days, the Little People Big World fandom split in two. One camp supported Amy and called for compassion, while the other believed TLC was justified in banning Chris for the show's integrity. Chris himself remained silent. His social media accounts went inactive and his public appearances stopped completely. To this day, neither Amy nor Chris has issued an official joint statement. While the alleged arrest grabbed headlines, several insiders believe the real reason for Chris's permanent ban runs deeper. According to leaked production notes, tensions had been brewing for months, not only between Chris and Matt but also between Chris and TLC producers. Chris reportedly clashed with the production team over how he was portrayed on screen. He wanted a more authentic image, while producers preferred to focus on drama and emotional tension. Chris was tired of being the quiet background guy. He wanted more screen time, more control. That's when things started to unravel. By the time the ban became official, Amy's world had crumbled. Friends say she felt isolated, betrayed, and embarrassed. She reportedly retreated from filming for several weeks, even considering leaving the show entirely. She felt like everything she'd rebuilt after her divorce was falling apart again, said one family friend. She blamed herself even though none of it was her fault. To make matters worse, rumors of divorce began swirling online. Fans speculated that Amy might end her marriage quietly to protect her brand. While no official documents have surfaced, her emotional distance in recent months has only fueled those theories. With Chris banned and Amy's future uncertain, TLC faced a major decision. Should they continue Little People Big World at all? Ratings had already been declining and fans questioned whether the show could survive another scandal. The network reportedly held emergency meetings, exploring spin-offs focusing on Zach, Tori, and the grandchildren instead. However, many loyal viewers argued that Amy is the heart of the show and without her, it's just not the same. TLC insiders hinted at rebranding the series entirely, focusing more on the next generation while quietly phasing out the older storylines. Months later, a surprise twist shook the fandom once more. Chris Marek allegedly broke his silence through a leaked audio clip, where he claimed that he was set up, and that, meaning in moments that challenge us, Amy Roloff's journey, marked by resilience and authenticity, continues to inspire fans around the world. And even as she shed tears before her wedding, she also showed us that grief and joy can coexist, that life is richer, deeper and more real because of both. May be gone, but his paw prints remain etched on Amy's heart, and on the hearts of fans who have walked beside her through every step of her remarkable story. For nearly 2 decades, fans of Little People Big World have witnessed the ups and downs of the Roloff family. Through weddings, divorces, births, and countless family milestones, the Roloffs have let viewers into their lives with vulnerability and grace. But few events stirred up as much speculation as the wedding of Amy Roloff and Chris Marek, particularly because Amy's ex-husband Matt Roloff and his fiancée Karen Chandler were notably absent from the guest list. Fans were stunned when the wedding aired on TLC, and Matt and Karen's absence was not only noticeable but left unexplained at first. What followed was a wave of rumors, fan theories, and social media debates. Was there lingering tension? Was it a deliberate snub? Or simply a personal choice to maintain peace? Now, Amy and Chris are finally addressing the situation, and their reasons are both emotional and deeply personal. Been central to the series since day one. Amy, meanwhile, has established her brand independently through Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, motivational events, and lifestyle content. While Matt focuses on the land, Amy focuses on the lifestyle, two sides of the same empire now split. That business divide mirrors their personal one, creating a perfect storm of creative competition. For Matt Roloff, control has always been essential, whether managing Roloff Farms, negotiating with TLC, or shaping how the family is portrayed. Amy's rumored project threatens that control. Sources say Matt worries Amy's show could reshape public perception of their story, painting him as controlling or vindictive. He feels like he's already been villainized enough on TV, one insider noted. He doesn't want another show undoing everything he's built. To Matt, Amy's independence may feel like an attack on his identity. To Amy, It's simply the next step in her journey. The ripple effect of this feud extends beyond Matt and Amy. Their children Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob have each chosen different paths, often influenced by their parents' ongoing drama. Zach and Jeremy, in particular, have had complicated relationships with their father over the farm's ownership dispute. With Amy's new project, some fans wonder whether her children might appear with her instead of Matt in future TV endeavors. This shift could change the balance of power within the LPBW franchise forever. For years, fans have speculated about when Little People Big World might end. TLC hasn't made an official announcement, but with Matt's health concerns, the farm's uncertain future, and Amy's new direction, it feels like the show is reaching a crossroads. Amy's independent project could signal a passing of the torch away to keep the Roloff spirit alive even after the main show wraps up. Matt, however, appears unwilling to let go without a fight. Television industry insiders see Amy's rumored show as a natural progression, not sabotage. After all, spin-offs are common when long-running series start to decline in ratings. Audiences have deep emotional ties to the Roloffs. A spin-off focusing on Amy could re-engage viewers who've drifted away. It's smart business unless internal politics get in the way. If TLC plays its cards right, both Matt's and Amy's brands could coexist successfully. But with emotions running high, cooperation seems unlikely for now. Matt Roloff isn't one to stay silent. Insiders suggest he's planning his own counter-strategy, possibly a farm-centered documentary or new business-focused reality concept that highlights his perspective. He's also been active on social media, sharing nostalgic posts about the farm's history and emphasizing hard work, vision, and independence, subtle jabs that fans interpret as directed toward Amy. If Amy's show materializes, it wouldn't be surprising to see Matt launch a competing project to reclaim control of the narrative. Through it all, Amy Roloff remains poised and grounded. She's been through divorce, public scrutiny, and constant comparison, yet continues to build her career with authenticity. Her rumored new show might not just be about television. It could be about taking back her voice. After years of being part of a joint brand, Amy's ready to prove she can stand alone, not as Matt's ex-wife but as Amy Roloff, entrepreneur, wife, and storyteller. Despite the drama, many fans still hold hope for some form of peace between Matt and Amy. After all, they share decades of history and 4 children together. Some even dream of a crossover event, a reunion or joint episode where the two come face to face to address their past and future. Whether that's wishful thinking or a potential reality remains to be seen. But one thing's certain, the Little People Big World saga isn't over yet. The feud between Matt and Amy Roloff over her rumored new show reveals more than just creative differences. It's a symbol of how deeply personal and professional lives intertwine when a family lives in the public eye. Matt calls it corporate sabotage. Amy calls it moving forward. As the Roloffs continue their separate paths, fans will keep watching, debating, and hoping that somewhere beyond the cameras, both Matt and Amy find peace in the legacies they built together and apart. Matt Roloff, star of Little People Big World, recently surprised fans by sharing a rare photo with his ex-wife, Amy Roloff, after his split from fiancée Karen Chandler. The image, posted on social media in 2025, shows Matt smiling alongside Amy, her husband Chris Merrick, and their granddaughter Lila Roloff, the daughter of Matt's son Zachary and his wife Tori. For fans, this was more than just a family snapshot. It symbolized resilience, reconciliation, and the enduring strength of family bonds despite personal challenges. The Roloffs have long been in the public eye, and this photo has sparked discussion about family unity, co-parenting, and life after romance ends. Matt and Amy Roloff's story began in the late 1980s when they married and built a life together on Roloff Farms in Oregon. Together they raised 4 children: Zachary, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. Their lives were chronicled on the hit reality TV show Little People Big World, which premiered in 2006 and offered viewers an intimate look at their family life. The show highlighted the challenges and joys of raising children while living with dwarfism, managing a working farm, and balancing personal and professional lives. Over the years, fans grew attached to the family. Plus, Amy's the star. No relationship is without its hurdles. As Amy and Chris adjusted to married life, they faced challenges from blending families to maintaining boundaries with Matt and Karen. There were moments of miscommunication and even a few tense conversations caught on camera. Amy sometimes struggled with letting go of the past, and Chris, while patient, admitted it wasn't always easy navigating a public marriage. Still, they worked through everything with honesty. They made it clear that marriage, for them, wasn't about perfection, it was about partnership. Over the years, fans have grown deeply invested in Amy and Chris's relationship. Social media is flooded with messages praising their bond. Many viewers say their story has given them hope, proof that love can find you again, even after heartbreak. "I went through a divorce too," one fan wrote. "Watching Amy find love again helped me believe I could too." Their wedding episode became one of the most emotional moments in Little People Big World history. Viewers around the world cried, cheered, and celebrated the couple's happiness. In interviews, Amy often shares the key to her marriage's success: communication, respect, and laughter. She says that while she and Chris are very different, they complement each other perfectly. "He listens even when I talk too much," she joked in one Instagram live. "He's patient when I'm not. And we both love adventure, that thing's fun." Chris says his favorite thing about Amy is her heart. "She cares about people more than anyone I've ever met," he said. "That's why I fell in love with her." Today, Amy and Chris continue to build their life together in Oregon. They enjoy road trips, hosting family dinners, and exploring local spots. They've become a symbol of what it means to start over and do it with grace. Amy continues to run her business, film for TLC, and spend time with her children and grandchildren. Chris continues to work in real estate and stay out of drama. Together, they've proven that love doesn't fade with age, it deepens. "I don't know what the future holds," Amy said recently, "but I know who I want to face it with." Amy Roloff and Chris Marek's relationship isn't just another celebrity romance. It's a story about transformation. It's about finding peace after chaos, love after loss, and faith after fear. They've shown fans that it's never too late to rewrite your story. For Amy, who once doubted she'd ever fall in love again, life had the sweetest surprise waiting: a man who loves her for exactly who she is. And for Chris, a man who wasn't looking for fame, he found something far more valuable: a partner, a home, and a love that makes every moment worthwhile. It was the day millions of fans had been waiting for. The day Amy Roloff, the heart and soul of TLC's Little People Big World, walked down the aisle once more, not as the wife of Matt Roloff, the man she spent 3 decades with, but as the bride of Chris Marek, the man who showed her that love can bloom again even after heartbreak. On August 28, 2021, amid the golden Oregon sunlight, Amy and Chris said, "I do," in a stunning outdoor ceremony that was as intimate as it was emotional. Their wedding wasn't just about two people joining their lives, it was a story of second chances, healing, and the beautiful courage it takes to believe in love again. Amy Roloff's journey has been a long and public one. Since 2006, Little People Big World has chronicled her life as a mother, wife, entrepreneur, and woman of faith. Alongside her then-husband Matt Roloff, she built a family legacy centered around Roloff Farms, the picturesque property in Hillsboro, Oregon, where pumpkins, family traditions, and millions of viewers intertwined. But fame came with pressure. As seasons went on, cracks appeared in Amy and Matt's relationship. They disagreed about the farm, about parenting, and even about their future. What began as a partnership of love slowly became a strained working relationship. By 2015, the once inseparable couple announced their separation. Their 2016 divorce marked the end of an era, and it left Amy standing at a crossroads, one she never thought she'd face on national television. "I was lost for a while," Amy later admitted. "When you've been married that long, it's hard to imagine what life looks like without that person." But in losing her old life, Amy found a new version of herself, one filled with independence, discovery, and eventually love. Amy didn't go looking for romance. In fact, she had sworn off dating altogether after her divorce. But in 2016, she attended a singles mixer in Oregon, something her friends had convinced her to try, just for fun. Chris Marek, a successful real estate agent, also happened to be there. Confident, calm, and charming in a quiet way, Chris wasn't what Amy expected. She later confessed, "I didn't think he was really my type. But there was something about him, genuine, kind, and comfortable." Chris was immediately drawn to Amy's authenticity. "She was real," he said. "She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was just herself." After that first meeting, they went on a motorcycle ride. A bold first date for Amy, who had never been on one before. "I was nervous," she laughed, "but I trusted him." Amy and Chris's relationship blossomed slowly. Away from the cameras, they spent weekends exploring Oregon, enjoying dinners and building a genuine connection. Fans first learned about Chris when Amy began posting photos of their adventures on Instagram, casual selfies, date nights and family events. Her happiness was unmistakable. But not everyone approved. Some fans, still attached to Amy and Matt's long marriage, were skeptical. Others accused Chris of chasing fame. Yet Amy never wavered. Over time, even her critics softened. They saw how happy she was, how Chris treated her with respect, and how he seamlessly fit into her world without trying to control it. Unlike Amy, Chris had never been married before. A successful real estate agent and avid motorcyclist, he led a quiet, independent life. He wasn't a celebrity and he didn't seek attention. Friends describe Chris as thoughtful, practical and grounded, traits that complemented Amy's warm, emotional nature perfectly. For Chris, Amy brought light and laughter into his world. "I love her energy," he shared. "She makes every moment special." While their love grew, the shadow of Amy's past lingered in the form of Roloff Farms and her ex-husband, Matt Roloff. The two continued to work together for Little People, Big World, often filming on the same property they once called home. It made for great television but created personal tension. When Chris came into the picture, it complicated things further.